So because today is -8, they're calling for up to -20 Celsius tonight. I brought in a lot more gear than I probably need, but it's better safe than sorry, because too little gear, that would be a disaster. So it should be quite warm tonight, but you'll find out with me. So the tent I'm setting up today is a Russian Bear up to mini. It's about 50 pounds, but it's a really warm tent, and it's really easy to set up, as you'll see. Now I'll leave this here. With these tents, I love these little straps it comes with. All right, let's turn this a little bit. There we go. Be better if the door is here. Hey. So that's it. Other than the tie downs, this tent is set up. Just pops up like an umbrella. So this is the door. It's kind of like the main part of the tent. It just pops open like an umbrella. There. There. That is the door. So here first, we got to get rid of this center pop-up pole. It's in the way. There is, when you pop this out, there's a secondary plug you want to be putting in here. What that does is it keeps the tent, if there's enough snow load from the tent popping in, like it would collapse. We don't want that, so we take out this pole and put in the cap. This is the cap. So here, hopefully you can see it, is where the stovepipe's going to go out. So I will open the outside now, and then I'll put the stove in. Get all the snow out after. So this mat is fire retardant and protectant. It will hold the heat, keep the remainder of the tent from burning. What I want to do is I want to put the stove here. Now I have a 36-inch silicone mat for the stove to sit on. The floor of the tent is not fire retardant, so you definitely want to make sure you have one of these silicone mats. Most tents don't have a large enough area. I think even the Pomoly tents don't even have quite a large enough area for the stove itself, not in my opinion. So this will help if any embers pop out of the stove. This stove is the Pomoly Dweller. There's a Dweller Mini and a Dweller Max. I just went with the standard size. It does, the negative side about this one is it does have a small cooking area. I would probably, if I ever got another stove, go with their T-Brick series, which has a slightly larger cooking area. This I can boil water on, no problem, but I can't put a large pan on it to cook, unfortunately. So, as you can see, we're going to have to adjust the stove a little bit forward. That. Last three for outside. Now it's nice because I can unzip the floor a bit. There is, for this tent, an insulated floor. I haven't picked one up yet. In the future, I'm hoping to get one, as I think the insulated floor, especially for winter camping, would be pretty nice. But overall, as long as you're not sitting on the floor all the time, it's probably not too bad. All right, so right now it's sitting at about -8, -9 right now. So we'll see how quickly this starts warming up. This tent, okay, so the fire's been going for about 10 minutes. And I would say it's at least above 0 in here. I'll check on the temperature gauge in a few minutes, but it definitely feels above 0 in here now. Last temperature read outside was -10, so it is getting a little colder. But it's warm enough in here. I can take off my fleece jacket. And shortly I will start setting up my cot, kind of getting stuff organized. I'll go through what I bring winter camping. But yeah, right now the door's wide open and it's comfortable in here. Can damper this down quite a bit now, just with that fire that's burning in there, and it'll burn quite a while. All right, let's get started on the cot. Okay, so we're set up. Unfortunately, the battery on the phone died, which I wasn't expecting. So missed a bit of the cot setup and some explanations on the bedding I use. So I'm going to do that again. I'm learning with the video, so I know in the future I need to keep an eye on it. I bring a Go Labs 200 watt power supply with me, so I have lots of power to keep everything going. Currently in the tent right now, it is sitting at 21 inside and -8 outside. It keeps fluctuating between like -10, -8, so let's say -9 Celsius. I'm 20 Celsius indoors now. I just put some more wood on the fire. Quite toasty in here. I also finally got myself a bit of a drink. I always bring 3 liters of hot water to start. And then as I need more water, I need to reheat that water. I can do it on the stove, or I can melt snow for more water. But hot water, it's always great when you're out. Okay, so let's go over bedding. I bring a mummy bag. I've had this one for 25 years. This is a Mountain Equipment Co-op brand mummy bag. It's rated to -40. I wouldn't trust it with saying -40. I think all companies kind of push that a little bit. I think it's survivable at -40. Comfortable? No. I've had this at -25 and I've been cool, but okay. -15, it's quite warm. Now that's -25, no stove. With the stove, this is going to be more than sufficient in here. On top of that, I have this 2-inch thick Thermarest Base Camp Series inflatable. It is an R6 value. Now it does have the, I believe it's an ASTM certification. I will double check, but I think it's ASTM. And it's the certification that makes companies a little more honest when it comes to rating their sleeping pads. A lot of companies, if they don't have that certification, they just put whatever they want on there. And a lot of the times they'll say, oh yeah, this is on R4, and it's probably not even an R1, because they can say just whatever they want. The certification, well, like anything, you can't assume that that's an R6. I would say for sure it's probably an R4 to an R5. I've had this one for quite a while. And I find it pretty warm. I have used it directly on the snow in Quinzee, and it was pretty good. Like, it was cool, but it was pretty good. That was the night I did like -25 in this sleeping bag on top of this Thermarest. And this, it was good. So I know it does work. Now I have this Cabela's camping cot. This is the first time I've gotten to use it. I've had it over 2 years. just life has made it so I have not been able to get out. COVID, stuff like that. I did not get out as much as I wanted to. And this cot, I am hoping it's going to be good. It's a little bigger than I expected, but that's okay. This is the up to mini, so it is a little smaller than the up to. So I couldn't fit, with the stove, I couldn't fit 2 of these in here. I think with the up to, you probably could fit 2 cots. So if you're using a stove, this is comfortable for 1 person. If you're not using the stove, this is comfortable for 2 people. You could put 2 cots in here without the stove. Now, along the floor of the tent, don't know how well you can see that. It is 13 Celsius. So the floor is actually still 13 degrees, while outside we're sitting at, as we figured, averaging -9 right now. I'll put this back out in a little while to see how cold it is getting out there. The sun is starting to go down. It's almost level with the horizon now, so I think we have about another hour before it starts to get a little dark. And at that point I'll close up the tent and keep it nice and toasty in here. So it's 8:30 in the morning. I slept great. It was a really good sleep. I had to get up twice to load another large chunk of firewood on the stove, but overall it worked really well. You don't have to damper this stove down fully on a tent this size. I did that once just to see, and it got up to like plus 35 in here, which was a little ridiculous. So I think about halfway dampered is the most you want to heat it up. Right now it's showing 13 degrees in here. So I'm just about to go out and get some snow into my kettle because I need some water for this morning. And gotta have a morning coffee. A little morning water. So for coffee, best part of my morning, I found an instant coffee that's a Tim Hortons Double Double. And while I don't generally like Double Double coffee, this instant coffee is actually pretty good. And most instant coffee sucks. So I was really impressed that this one tastes decent. Just for something for you to try out. But if you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.